Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be JyJ versus Best here on Ground Zero, an RJB stamped approval game. Bottom right, it's going to be JyJ, our green Terran player, and in the bottom left, it's going to be Best, our Protoss player. He is a yellow today. This is Ground Zero, an Ash World map. And it's got a lot of wide open space here, right? Good place to set up ambushes for your Terran opponent's mech. We've got mineral expansions at the top and the bottom here, and extractor and mineral expansions on the left side and the right side. So no island expansions. We've got Kakarus flying around. Kakaru! And yeah, just a pretty darn standard symmetrical map here today. Ash World. Anyway, hit that like button if you're excited for a PvT. I haven't cast one in a little bit of time here. I figured I would cast one, and RJB sent me one, so that lined up very, very nicely. And check them out at RJB TV on YouTube. youtube.com/RJB_TV. He's climbing in subscribers. Let's see the SCV. We've got merch at falconpaladin.store. Boom, boom. Gateway up. Barracks coming up. No proxies. No cannon rushing. We'll see if somebody skips the factory or skips the cybernetics core to get an early expansion on this giant 4-player map, but that is super darn risky. And if you want to see risky plays, go ahead and check out my Quick and Smart compilation that I posted last Saturday. It's got Flash, it's got Bisu, it's got Action and Royal and Effort and Ruin and Shuttle and Stork, and I mean just insane names there. Check it out, man. If you want to see people go for faster expansions and try to risk something to get something cool done. If you want to see people go for proxies, if you want to see bunker rushes, that's where you need to go to check those out on the Falcon Paladin channel. Oh, it is! Oh! Racks expand, no factory, no gas. I mean, if I hadn't been prattling on, I would recognize no gas here from JyJ. Oh, he's gonna get away with it, though, because this probe's scouting the wrong way, and it's a huge map. Still hasn't scouted the top right. Gonna take a while to get down here. There's enough time to get a Marine out. And, like, he's going to make a Marine, right? Yeah, he's going to start a Marine now, get a bunker up. And this Zealot says, well, we know... Oh, this is bad. Zealot showing up and you don't have a bunker up and all you've got is a single Marine. This is going to be tough. It's going to be a bit of a tough hold from JyJ, but that's the risk he's taken. He took the risk, and now he's kind of dealing with the consequences of that. Of a Zealot showing up, you don't have a bunker, you have a single Marine. Run! Simply run. Dude, that bunker finishing would be huge. But the SCV dies. Second SCV comes in on the... They're going to finish it because more SCVs are here. Good inside the bunker, Shinji. Got it. Okay. So a lot of hits. That Zealot's taking a lot of hits. The SCV... Oh, the SCV body blocking there was pristine. Was pristine there from JyJ. That Zealot wanted to run by and start causing all sorts of problems over here, but instead got stuck just in range of the Marines inside that bunker and died. That bravery, simple bravery from those SCVs, man. Wow. So Steve the SCV is dead, but other SCVs avenged him quite nicely. Dragoon coming across the map. 2 Dragoons here. What's in this bunker? 3 Marines. That should be fine. Hiding a bit of a robo. Again, scans will not reveal this part of the main base. It's a fairly big main. You can hide stuff in here, which is nice. Dragoon is trying to get that Singularity Charge upgrade. It's going to be a bit of a minute before it is. But facility, robotics facility here. Maybe to go for some Reaver Drop or Rooney, which we do enjoy. Because PvT can sometimes just kind of devolve into, you know, it's mech moving around and you're trying to catch it on siege or trying to get a surround on it or storm it up. And it's kind of a lot of the engagements in the mid to the late game of PvT can get a little bit samey. You know, not all the time, but a little bit. Oh, this SCV scout on this robo is so sick. God, JyJ is playing this really well. Best is an excellent Protoss player, but JyJ is just on his horse. I don't know what I was trying to say there, honestly. No idea. Second base on the way from Best. The repair. Blah, blah, blah. The bunker, the repair, etc., etc. Factory up. Machine shop coming in. I'm assuming based on that, we're going to get some siege tanks. But yeah, this is good. It's lost mining time for the Terran. It reduces the minerals that can be used for other stuff. That is a robotic support bay. Here we go. So support bay, Reaver shenanigans. So yeah, what I was saying is mid-late game PvT can sometimes be a little bit samey, but early game can be really great with Vulture drops and Reaver drops, and the vacuum cleaners on the bay are here, Observatory here too, because we're worried about spider mines. You're always worried about spider mines in this matchup. Getting detection is Q, but yeah, siege mode on the way. One siege tank in good position can shut down, you know, 5-6 Dragoons. But you have to keep repairing, though, guys. Okay, and then Siege Tank High Ground says, I can hit you from up here, even if I'm not sieged. So back off, buckos, and they did. Third base, maybe from Best Tier on the left side at the 9 o'clock. Nice, honestly, not too far away for a third base. Kind of handy for the Protoss here. Got to out-expand that Terran if you're going to beat him, and that's exactly what Best is going for here. So... great. Hope you're all having a good time. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I watched John Wick last week. John Wick 4. Holy crap. It was good. There were some really incredible action set pieces in there that were just outstanding. Visually, execution was the best. It's like the best action choreography and fight and stunt stuff we're seeing in Hollywood right now. Maybe outside of Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible series or, you know, in Top Gun or whatever. Tom Cruise always does excellent with that stuff. But as far as like hand-to-hand combat goes, I think John Wick, they're bringing in like legendary martial artists of film to do roles now. Who's the Donnie Chen? Donnie Yen. Yeah, Donnie Yen's in there. Hong Kong actor, martial artist, action director, regarded as one of Hong Kong's top action stars. Yeah, so like he's a killer legend, and they brought him into John Wick 4 because they respect him so much. He respects what they're doing, so it's awesome. Nice hard wall here. The Vulture's laying down spider mines. There's an observer here though, so spider mine's not going to last too long. But hey, look, Vulture life's not super fulfilling and super long that way, right? So you just got to get out there, throw your spider mines down, get out. You're probably going to die, but whatever. So yeah, Bill Skarsgård is in this. Freaking Ian McShane continues to kick butt in these movies. They just have more talent than they really should have for what this is, but it really elevates the level of the John Wick series with all this talent. All this acting talent, man. Halle Berry was in the last one, or was that 2? I don't remember. Man, does she look really good. Man, Halle Berry was super hot in that John Wick film, wasn't she? Yes, but, what was I gonna say? Blah, 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 blah. Thinking about it. Yeah, John Wick 4, recommended. You should definitely check it out. If you're okay with watching, like, 197 people get shot and killed, then, you should check it out. All right, cool. Cool. Glad we got that figured out. Third base coming in. Starport on the way. Yeah, I don't think JyJ is doing anything crazy other than getting that second base up faster, which has really helped him. Reaver just kind of hanging out, just being like, hey, siege tanks, I'm going to slow your push a little bit. This is not exactly a super strong push here. Maybe just kind of poking around, seeing what's out here, getting that shuttle off the front doorstep a little bit. Anyway, all's well. He's going to take a third base here. Minerals only. Intriguing. Not going for the third best being Geyser. Bit of a scanner. Rooney sees what we're dealing with. Doesn't see any starports. Stargates coming up. Sees one Stargate, but a Templar Archives, and says, yeah, that's probably just going to be for Arbiters. Reaver unloads in this third base. Gets a hit out off an SCV. Kills a Vulture, too, from 8 miles away. So that's what our guys are good at. Reaver's looking good. I love this from Best. Reaver stuff just makes this interesting for sure. Excellent. So yeah, JyJ got away with his early expansion gamble. His third base is looking good too. That Reaver shot, though. Oh my gosh, no! Oh, that was massive! Oh, Best making the Reaver work for him here. Yeah, Best's Reaver play excellent right now. Sieging up the siege tank, I feel like it's a smart idea. Maybe worried about zealots unloading on it or something, but there's really nothing else in that shuttle but a single Reaver. With 10 kills, looking good so far. Not Warbringer. If you don't remember Warbringer, as a PvP that I cast a couple years ago, where there was a Reaver with something like, I don't know, 85 something kills. It was crazy amazing. If you want a link to that, let me know. I'll put it in the description. I will respond to your comment directly because I read everyone's comment that anyone ever makes on the channel. I'm not big enough that I can't just read every comment. Ooh, that was a hit, unnecessary hit too. Those Dragoons really should have killed it. Is there a way to get out of? I don't think there's a way for these guys to get out of here unless there's a dropship around, and I don't think there is. These guys get chased up by a ton of Dragoons. This is hard-walled, so not all that vulnerable to Vulture attacks, but more Spider Mines. Being active with your Spider Mines is just key. Key in TVP. If you're not doing it, you're playing it wrong. Vulture is trying to get some shots off. Killed that cannon before it comes up. And they could, except the Reaver shows up and unloads and says, no. Bad. Zealot legs on the way. 1-1 on the way for the mech. 4 factories at a time in production. Arbiters coming in. 4th base warping in from Best. All is well for both players right now. They're feeling pretty good. Best is up in supply, which he needs to be to keep up with this mech and the cost effectiveness thereof. And we'll see how it works out. Oh, we got vehicle weapons plating. Nice. Blah, blah, blah. Spider Mines being cleared by the bravery of the Dragoon soldiers, housing the broken bodies of zealots from battles past. I don't know where they fit in here exactly. There's like a big laser shooting thing in the middle, and I guess the zealots are maybe like underneath that. I don't know where they go. For lore purposes. Charon boosters, neat. Stasis, also very cool. Yep, TVP. This is TVP doing TVP things. Not a ton of options here. I mean, you can try to kill the Protoss early with Marines and medics and stuff. The longer the game goes on, you got to get mech if you're Terran. And then if the Protoss player goes into carriers, that's the other change. Other than that, it's going to be Zealots, Dragoons, Reavers, Storm, some kind of splash damage, and then it's going to be Vultures and Tanks and Goliaths on the other side. It's TVP. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. Another scan. Checking out, yeah, this space coming up. Sees this space is getting probes transferred into it. Yep, all is good and getting scanned here by our Terran player. So Best is effectively maxed out. He hasn't really done a great job killing tanks and reducing that count here today. That might come back to bite him here in a bit, but guess we'll find out. Zealots. Nice little tank drop there. That was cool. I like that from JyJ. Not going to get a ton done. Going to lose a couple tanks. Going to lose a drop ship. Fine. Reaver wants to get some hits here too. Vulture's getting out of there. Yeah, Storm's on the way. This is actually a pretty big push. Siege up. And Stasis catches about 3 of those siege tanks. And there are like 5 or 6 of them that are still firing, though. Not enough Zealots to really bust through here. Dragoons are what's left of this army from Best. That's not great. Arbiter needs to get sniped, and it is going to go down to the Goliath. Why did it stick around for so long? Not great control there. And Best holds back. He says, okay, these tanks are not sieged up in range of any of my bases, which is what the terrible experience is. Observer parks over it to see what's what. Reinforcements cruising in. JyJ's only at 138 total supply here, but pretty scary stuff. Gonna try to get this Reaver unload on top of Spider Mines. Don't do that. And dude, that Obs is gonna get sniped, and it does. Where is this Reaver going? Being very cautious with an extremely injured Reaver. is best right now. Trying to just pick off reinforcements with this group of Dragoons. These guys get unstasis. It takes forever, but it's a thing. And yeah. Sneaking around down, picking off reinforcements that are trying to join the front here is best. At the very least, forcing some of this army to come up and deal with them. Oh, the vultures cut off the retreat, though. Oh, boy. All those Dragoons die. The Reaver's still in the shuttle, but that hurts. Yeah, JyJ takes up 173 to 162 supply after that. This is going to be a situation where the Protoss player loses their main base, has to start setting up shop in the top left-hand corner on a giant 4-player map. This isn't fighting Spirit, but for all intents and purposes, that way it is. And I'm going to take some missile turret hits. Yes, Reaver, 10 kills, and big smacking hit there. Whoa, baby. Reaver goes down, but got a huge chunk there. Unsieged siege tanks versus siege tanks. Zealots taking spider mines to the face here, trying to lay down new spider mines all the time. Zealots, no, whittling them down too much. Dragoons getting wiped out. 136 to 113 supply here. JyJ is up. Beautiful stasis, catching five of the tanks up there on the north. But too many siege tanks. Too many tanks, man. +2/+1. Like I said, not a great job by Best in this game, whittling that tank count early in the first countdown early in the first 10 minutes, and he's kind of paying for it here. Not kind of, he is. He's definitely paying for it here. These Zealots are not doing what they need to do. +2/+1 upgrades on the mech, +2/+1 upgrades here on the gateway units as well. He is buying time, though. He is stalling. Not making it very easy for JyJ to get up here and wipe out this natural base and this main base too. He's continuing to produce units here. He wants to save this. He is not all that interested in just giving it to the Terran player here at 16 minutes, and I cannot fault him for feeling that way. The 2 siege tanks on the ramp taking out the 9 o'clock base play. That is a Circuit Breakers play, but also works here on Outside. No, not Outsider. Did I just forget what the name of this map was? I did. Oh, well, you know, I got 3 kids. I got 3 brain cells. You know how this works from the Falcon. So, yeah, this 9 o'clock base is going to die because Best really can't spare a thought for anything over here. I mean, maybe he's going to stasis him. Arbiter not enough energy for that, though. Yeah, they're going to start building gateways in that top left. JyJ's not all that much moving in with his tanks, and he needs to. He needs to start working on this Nat if he can. 184 to 144 supply in favor of JyJ is really bad for the Protoss player here, Best. Yeah, loses that left side base straight up. 53 probes to 59 SCVs. Top left expansion does belong to the Protoss, and that's the saving grace right now. But JyJ just kind of feels like he's containing at the moment. He's not really interested in moving in here. He's keeping Best's army all bottled up inside the natural base, then they can't go anywhere. And then maybe, I guess, he's going to mount assaults on the top left here while Best is so ferociously defending a base that JyJ doesn't maybe even intend on attacking. Could be a bit of a mind game set up here. Obs getting sniped all over the place, but there's more obs where those came from. They are keeping an eye on this army. So, yeah, this army going to top left. Basically, you could do this, right? Siege up the tanks in range of those cannons. Dude, Best, he needs to recall. I think he's going to recall an army to defend. But where is... There it is. Storm, and then a recall. Sick recall. That's exactly what I was expecting to happen. Look at me reading something. Hey. Seeing it before it happened. All right, that was great. Another Arbiter coming in top left here. Maybe try something like that again. Best on the warpath from a kind of unexpected angle. Got to go through some spider minefields, though. That slows you down. The Zealots are kind of eating them with their face. Not what they really want to do in a situation like that. In a battle, sure, but just moving across the map openly. Let the Dragoons go first. Clear those spider mines out, you know? Don't ya know? Don't ya know? Boom. Boom. Siege tanks. Not moving forward. Just really happy with this setup and this contain. He's got a bajillion vultures, man. Wow, this is a very vulture-heavy army. Not really a ton of siege tanks, which is interesting. It's kind of working out here for JyJ. He's up 15 supply. Oh, there we go. Best just remaxed. Sort of maxed out army versus a maxed out army here. The question is Best going to be able to bust out? A recall on top of this might work out for him, but the spider mine count is pretty heavy, so it seems kind of dicey. Oh, that's a recall right side base of JyJ's. He tries to expand to the 3 o'clock. Recall shuts that down. The +2/+1 looking good. Stasis on a bunch of these vultures. Not catching the siege tanks, though. Oh, this is dicey. This is looking tough. This is a great PvT. It's been very action-packed at multiple places at once here. Look at this. JyJ expanding bottom left side here on best side of the map to replace the 3 o'clock that got obliterated without really much attempt to save it there. Siege tanks creeping in. EMP gets tossed down from the bottom side, though. Good flank attack. Right side, bottom side. But then reinforcements from JyJ come up from the south side, too. Siege tank count gets wiped down to 1. That's not exactly great, but reinforcing tanks from the south going to replace the ones that died. Dragoon only in this army. 1 High Templar. Not enough energy for a storm either. I mean, this is... And then at the same time, Best sending some zealots up to try to clear out this spider minefield. Trying to break out the front. Is Best going to be able to pull this thing off? Great Storm and a couple of those siege tanks. Vultures coming in, recognizing this is Best really trying to get out of here, and there's just not enough here from Best to do it. He's going to whittle out some of the tanks, which is very good. I mean, that's impressive stuff for sure, but 159 to 144 supply. Yeah, this group came down to try to reinforce the contain and kind of left this top left base alone for a minute, but now he's traversing back up this left side to try to take it down. I love this expansion here from JyJ. I really do. Another scan. Sees what he's dealing with in here. There's just not enough. There's not enough here from Best to save this base. And, man, he gets knocked down to 3 bases at 22 minutes. That does not bode well for the Protoss right now. This is actually looking amazing from JyJ. Are our Terran fans going to rejoice in this game? We've seen games where it seems like our Terran fans are going to rejoice, but then something bad happens. So... keep an eye on it. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Scan, 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 scan. Scan, 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 scan. Sees this group maybe setting up for a recall. Says, I don't know. Science vessel providing the vision to wipe out that nexus. And yeah, Best needs to make something happen right now. And I don't see any arbiters flying about. I don't see any real potential for a recall, which is there we go. There is one arbiter moving out now. He might just recall straight up on this base, which he knows exists because he's got an OBS down there. So that's good. But I don't... is it enough? He needed to do something like this. He needed a really great recall on the newest source of income for the Terran player. I don't know if he can actually... No, he can't actually kill it. But he's going to kill a ton of SCVs. SCVs have to pull back into a corner a little bit there. He didn't bring any Goliaths to deal with this Arbiter, but this is a lot of Dragoons that are taking +3 siege tank hits, which is bad. It's always bad. I don't care what upgrades you have as a Dragoon. Taking +3 siege tank hits is damaging. It always is. JyJ needs to move up here and start taking... If he can take that base down, he's got this thing won. I mean, it's just so scrappy right now. Goliath's finally joining the party to take down this Arbiter, which does have 1 kill. Kind of trying to tickle stuff to death, but we have effectively turned this into a 1 base versus a 1 base scenario. Right? Protoss has the top left, and then this kind of 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock position for JyJ is his source of income. 154 to 130 supply. Big Protoss army gonna say, hey, top left belongs to me. If I lose this, I'm dead. Let's get out. Let's move out. And can he break out here? Siege tanks reinforcing from the south all the time. And JyJ is down in overall supply right now. He's lost some workers. He's only at 25 SCVs after the death of that 3 o'clock. And, you know, the damage done to the 7 o'clock here, too. JyJ needs... Now he's a bit on the back foot. He needs to make this happen. An EMP would be sick. And there it is. He gets an EMP off. Really going to be useful in this upcoming battle. Storms. How many more storms you got? Not as many as you're going to have again. Nice snipe on the High Templar. As you're going to have against a Zerg player, that's for sure. Oh, this is so tough. If Best can get this base back, he's going to have a good time. He's going to feel all right about himself, but having that top left base alone is not... I don't know if he can get this. I'm not sure he can get this expansion at all. Production tab is heavy and full right now for Best. JyJ doesn't have much going on here. It is 148 to 108 total supply right now. But a lot of that is probes, and Best is just kind of oversaturated on that top left base. So army value, I'm not going to do math, but it feels closer to even there, and that's not good for the Protoss to be on even army value against a Terran as good as JyJ is right now. I mean, this is... All right, Vultures come up to provide some vision along with the Science Vessel. Worker count, 54 for the Protoss, but again, only one base of income. 54 workers isn't exactly the best thing in the world. JyJ got up this ramp. Can Best clear him off? Arbiter comes in with the recall. Gonna wipe out at least 3 of these siege tanks, but the tanks on the right side obliterating these poor Dragoons. I don't know if that was worth necessarily. He got the tanks off the high ground and off the ramp, and I think that's the key here. If Best is going to win this game, he's got to hold on to that top left. It's simplistic, but sometimes that's what StarCraft is. Any energy for an EMP? Yes, energy for an EMP here. Might want to toss it down, just kind of providing that high ground vision. Zealots trying to come down the ramp. Can they get there? Great Storm. Defensive Matrix on a siege tank keeps him alive a little bit longer than otherwise he would. Good snipe on that High Templar. Vultures hunting him down. And that it? I don't think there's enough top left here to defend. Spider Mines being laid. Zealot absorbing those shots, though. Sick stuff. Reinforcement siege tanks coming in, continually coming in. And I just don't think there's enough here from Best. He doesn't have the cash to make 10 more Dragoons. He doesn't have the cash to make more Arbiters. I think that's it. Like, I don't want to be premature with this, but there's an Arbiter coming. Okay, maybe Best. Another recall of what, though? He doesn't have that army that he's been hiding in this corner the whole game. He does storm drop down here on JyJ's only source of income, though. Oh, this is interesting. This is getting nuts. Oh, that's a sick storm on those Vultures that try to wipe out the probe count. Holy crap. Providing cloak, and that's it. No, Best taps out, and JyJ gets the win with nothing left. He's got 10 SCVs. I don't even know where they are. Some of them are over here. Some of them are harvesting gas in the main, I would assume. There's one just chilling in the third base doing nothing. This guy built a missile turret and has been hanging out ever since. He doesn't have any SCVs on his only source of income, but Best can't even protect his only source of income. That's it. He's done. There's literally no Goliaths that can kill this Arbiter, but there is detection available in form of the Science Vessel for detection, and so... yeah, Best tapped out. If he knew what dire straits JyJ is in, maybe he doesn't tap out. Just a thought, right? But, I mean, does he know? Maybe he knows. Maybe he knows. Anyway, yeah, that was... it's like borderline epic, man. Borderline epic game there from RJB. He sends me such good replays, y'all. Check him out, please. Yeah. So this top left dies. JyJ is barely scrabbling for cash here with a handful of SCVs that are spread across the entire map in all sorts of crazy places. Not here. Not where he wants them. He's got 300 minerals in the bank, 10 SCVs, and a dream. And that dream came true. That was, man... the fact that Best was never able to retake his 9 o'clock base was huge. The fact that Best killed JyJ's 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock base was also huge. This recall was big. The Reaver stuff was big. Best did what he could here, but JyJ just kept coming. It always seemed like he had another 3 tanks ready to join the battle, and that was everything. 200,000 points, 195 in favor of the Terran, outproducing the Protoss, getting outkilled by the Protoss, but not as much as the outproduction. Buildings raised 20 by the Protoss, or the Terran, 6 by the Toss, and then outspending the Terran by about 10,000 resources in 28 minutes. Not quite enough for a 28-minute game, I would say. So, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Really, really, really good stuff there from JyJ. I think Best is probably the better player, but at the end of the day, only one person can win. So, excellent. And that's going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.